like the kid that joined the other kids along the side of the road throwing rocks at cars and saying, "Oh, I didn't do that. I don't condone that kind of activity." No. Well, reportedly, he's talking smack about the Republican Party and how they handled the whole budget situation in the last few weeks, or how they didn't handle it, and trying to derail the political system. Well, here's part of his comment from his show, I believe, on Wednesday of this week.
I was trying to think earlier today, if ever in my life I could remember any political, a major, not a third, but any major political party being so irrelevant. I have never seen it. I have never seen a major political party simply occupy placeholders, as the Republican Party is doing. There hasn't been any opposition, not any serious opposition against what's happening in this country. There hasn't been. Well, I was pondering if I can ever remember a greater political disaster in my lifetime, if I can ever remember a time when a political party just made a decision not to exist.
I don't know, what do you think? Drop me an email at gunthershouseoffriends@gmail.com. I don't know, to me he's one of the biggest reasons why the Republican Party is in such shambles today, in that I don't knock his right to express his opinion or to broadcast, but you do have a measured sense of responsibility in being or not necessarily held accountable, but if you're going to direct a party to do your bidding, make sure it's for a noble cause, not just to derail the other guy. I don't know. I just have mixed feelings. I don't trust Rush Limbaugh. Lovey. One other thing I wanted to bring up on the program, and this is in regards to Sarah Palin, Senators Mike Lee and Ted Cruz of Texas, talking about the Million Vet March that was in Washington, D.C., I believe, 2 weeks ago tomorrow, sometime like that. At least it was during and around the time of the government shutdown. Basically, these people are lamenting over the fact that the Obama administration is disgracing veterans, giving veterans a bad name and a bad time during this government shutdown, during this fiscal crisis, in order to score political points and to basically derail the Republican Party. And yet, largely in the news, all I've heard are a bunch of conservatives and Tea Party activists on the extreme side of the conservative spectrum basically use the veterans to further their own political causes and agendas. And I'm not buying it. Well, here's Sarah Palin, Mike Lee, and Ted Cruz talking about what's going on here. Okay?
Why are you here?
Anyway, this was on Greta Van Susteren's show Wednesday night on Fox News.
Why are you here down on the memorial this morning?
I'm here to hopefully help show the veterans that America's heart for our veterans is immeasurable, and we think it's atrocious that our military is being used as political pawns in a political game, and we're going to change that, and we appreciate these guys who are the good guys in the Senate picking up the fight for us. But there are a few things that we can do to show our support, and that's why I'm here.
Senator Lee?
This belongs to the people, and we're here to show our solidarity with them. And that this is not a tool to be used against them in a political fight. This is theirs.
Senator Cruz.
Our veterans should be above politics. It is shameful that the administration is barricading and trying to shut down the memorials. Weeks ago, the House of Representatives passed funding to open every memorial in this country, and President Obama and the Democrats are blocking it. They're trying to play games, and the American people know they're trying to play games. They need to come together and fix this problem and stop holding our veterans hostage.
Stop holding our veterans hostage. Really? Okay, I'll be sure to note that in my log. Again, I'm not buying it, but let me know what you think. Gunther'sHouseOfFriends@gmail.com. And listening to Sarah Palin at the beginning of that reminds me of why I don't like her. part of why I don't like her. She has that snarky tone in her voice. And I'm like, retract your claws, ma'am. We get the point. Okay? You can still attack. Just retract your claws, please. Okay, well, that concludes my Bruce Williams soapbox segment on today's program. We'll get into the lighter elements of this show in just a moment with a look at news headlines, as well as the nationwide weather forecast, which includes the Kirksville, Missouri area weather forecast for the weekend, along with celebrity birthdays, today in history, news of the weird a little bit later on, the Friday funnies, and a whole lot more. But when we come back, I'll have things you need to know. What's trending today as you head to the water cooler this afternoon, so you can impress your friends about your knowledge and wonder, how does he know that? Or where did she get that bit of information? Well, I'll have that for you in just a moment, so stick around, my friends. More of First Cup with Joe Haffner is on the way right after this break.
Here, Norm?
Well, I am going to need something to kill time before my second beer. How about a first one?
You got it.
Binge drinking, a common and dangerous behavior for all ages, is defined as 4 or more drinks for a woman and 5 or more drinks for a man over a short period of time. This risky pattern of drinking contributes to over half of the 79,000 deaths due to alcohol each year and a range of health and social problems, including unintended pregnancy, sexually transmitted diseases, interpersonal violence, and death through car crashes. Most binge drinkers are adults who drink too much from time to time and are not alcohol dependent or alcoholics. Effective strategies to create an environment that discourages binge drinking include increasing alcohol taxes, reducing the number of places where people can purchase alcohol, and reducing the days and hours when alcohol is sold. Binge drinking is a clear health threat for the drinker and for society. Be responsible to your family, your community, and yourself. Don't binge drink.
My dad came to live with us last month, and it's going pretty well.
I feel like I never have time for myself.
With him being around more, it really lets us catch up on things.
His memory isn't what it used to be.
We get up and we have coffee.
He usually wakes up at 4:30.
Then we go for a walk.
He needs lots of my attention.
I do need to keep an eye on his medications, though. That's important.
Sometimes I feel like a pharmacist.
I'd say John and the kids are adjusting pretty well.
They honestly have no idea what I'm going through.
It can be a little challenging.
Help.
But so far, so good.
I could really use just a little help.
For those dealing with the daily struggles of caring for a loved one, we hear you. That's why AARP created a community with experts and other caregivers for advice, tips, and support. Together, let's help each other better care for ourselves and the ones we love. Visit aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Some days I feel like Rick Harrison. Today, though, I feel like Chum Lee. Welcome back to First Cup. I'm your host, Joe Haffner, and this morning I'm in the cozy confines of Studio 28, number 28. Had to move down the hall. I don't know what's going on in Studio 26, but I think there's a wild party going on down there. I don't know. Looks like they're getting ready for something. Anyway, let's find out what's happening today on the things you need to know.
Oppan Gangnam Style.
And the more you know, the smarter you'll be. Today is Friday, October 18th, 2013. It is St. Luke's Day. According to tradition, it is a lucky day if you're a Dukes of Hazzard fan. No, seriously. According to tradition, it's a lucky day for a maiden to choose a husband, and a good day for bachelors to call in sick. So if I'm not at work tonight, you know what's going on. Joe's getting it on. Oh yeah, yeah, in my dreams. It's Alaska Day, state holiday in Alaska, of course, and Fantasy Fest 2013. Runs from now through Sunday, October 27th in Key West, Florida. I'm going to have to check that out, find out what that's really about. In news attack this morning, according to a new book, as opposed to an old book, according to a new book, baseball superstar Alex Rodriguez kept a long list of prostitutes on his payroll. Well, no wonder he is the highest baseball player in history. You know, there were so many that to know who was... Okay, let's try that again. Slow down, Joe. Make the words count. There were so many that to know who was who, he asked them to wear jerseys with their names on their back. Okay. Easy for me to say. $1 billion worth of Doritos Locos Tacos sold. Roughly 5 months after selling 500 million Doritos Locos Tacos in May, Taco Bell has sold $1 billion worth of Doritos Locos Tacos. As of Saturday, October 12th, more than $1 billion hybrid tacos were sold, whether it's the original nacho cheese flavor, Cool Ranch, or the new fiery taco. Wow. I like the cheese flavored. Cool Ranch is my personal favorite of Doritos normally, but I don't care for the taco shell variety of that for some reason. It's kind of bland. And the fiery, no way. I had the volcano taco a few years ago, and I'll avoid that one. National Selfie Gallery opens. Do we really need this? I thought we were ahead. It's called Facebook. Well, apparently on your next vacation to London, yeah, I go there all the time, be sure to take in a museum or two, including the new National Selfie Gallery, which is showcasing the humble camera photo pic. Let's try that again. Which is showcasing the humble camera phone pic as an elevated form of art. Which reminds me of what one of my professors said in college. I think I've said it on this program before. If I can make something that looks better than that, it's not art. That's how I judge art. Okay? So if it looks like just a bunch of splotches, it's not art to me. And finally, man giving away life-size hamster wheel. A New York man, Excelsior, has built a life-size hamster wheel that somehow fits into his Brooklyn apartment. Of course. I mean, if you're going to have a hamster wheel, why not do it in Brooklyn? Well, now he's giving it away for free on Craigslist. The owner originally built the wheel when he was working at a pet shop and could no longer afford a gym membership. He would run on it 4 times a day, but now he has a better job and can afford more conventional training methods. Which leads me to wonder, how did you get the parts to make a hamster wheel? Were they all scrap pieces of iron that you picked up at a machinist shop or something? I don't know. Those are things you need to know for this Friday. Now, let's find out what's going on in the world of news. Paging Paul Harvey.
Hello, Americans. This is Paul Harvey. Stand by for news.
Authorities say 2 Florida inmates used forged documents to get released from prison. Charles Walker and Joseph Jenkins, both 34, used forged motions to reduce their sentences and forged court orders to secure their release. Authorities consider the men escapees. Well, duh. A statewide review of Florida's prison records is being ordered to make sure that these are just isolated incidents. Oh, I'm sure they are, Chief. I don't know what happened. 99. President Obama is calling the shutdown unnecessary. Another in the file of duh. Well, President Obama yesterday said that the government shutdown caused completely unnecessary damage to the economy. After 16 days of shutdown, the government finally reopened and hundreds of thousands of furloughed workers returned to the workforce yesterday after Congress passed a last-minute bill Wednesday night to refund it and extend the debt ceiling 1 day before default. Well, the president said the American people are completely fed up with Washington. Nothing has been done more to undermine our economy in the last 3 years than the kind of tactics that create these manufactured crises. So take that, Republicans. And finally, I know I'm not supposed to editorialize the news, but this is my show, and I can do whatever I want.